Now you have some work to do and adjust your camera. I just thought I would stand. It's very hard sitting as an elder. You get all stiff. I'm trying to stiffen yourself. Nice to be handed a talking stone. Nice to be handed some tobacco. I'll do what I have to do with it when I get home. But first of all, you're probably wondering why I'm here. Well, I got roped into being here. And I can't say no, although it's shorter than yes. But here I am, and my apologies to Cheryl. I'm supposed to be at a dinner at 12 o'clock. Now see what they did to me? And I was supposed to be having an interview, the same interview with Caitlin, standing over there. But here I am, because I can't say no. Now you're wondering who I am. Well, I'm just a little old lady. And right now, presently, the leading elder of the All-Native Circle Conference of the United Church of Canada. I'm very proud to say that. I was chosen, I'd like to say. And I'd like to dedicate my few words to my children. And they go in order from the oldest to the youngest. Donna and her family. The late one, I can't say her name because that's not in us to say the name. You disturb them where they are. She left me to the spirit world September 26, 2011. She was a good girl, my baby. And my son, Leroy, and his family, dedicated to Tina and her family, and Wendy and her family, and Michelle and her family, and baby boy Davy. 7 children, 6 are on Mother Earth. Grandmother to 24, but that's not counting the add-ons. Great-grandma to 10, and still coming. Very thankful to the Creator for blessing me very much with all this family. And now for the other side of the story, how did they get there? Well, I had 3 husbands. I laid them to rest. Where I stand, matriarch of a big family, I got left with. Bless their souls. I love them all. But I'm not looking for number 4, so. But you know, that's one of our ways of healing, is to make people laugh and to laugh at yourself. Where do I start? Residential school? But we have to go further back. Further back of the beautiful life in the big bush on Patika Reserve. I was born and I was given the name of Lorna Jean Hewitt. Means a strong north wind. So if you think your God snow about it, had something to do with it. Well, it was a beautiful life. My education was the world, the stars, the universe, and the old people talking about Wisavichat and how we don't laugh too hard because tomorrow we might cry too long. So that's my life on the reserve, living in a log cabin, and in the summertime in a tent. Oh, beautiful life, beautiful. And then being taken away. Come with me on my story. Put yourself in my little moggies. I have moccasins on today. They're comfortable. Better than what you got on your feet, but comfortable. So come with me as a little girl. when the former instructor came and got me, took me away from my family, my father and my mother. That was a hard day. As I didn't see them for 10 months after that, I went to All Saints Indian Residential School in Prince Albert, run by the Anglican Church of Canada. It was a far cry from when I left into a big long dormitory and put in a little white bed to sleep and strange food, and to eat in that big long hall again, line up, sit down on benches. But I was scared because things happened in there. And my parents told me, you do as you're told. Do as you're told, my girl. And don't cry out. Nobody was going to help you, just yourself. Strong words. And Kokum said to me, things are going to get rough, my girl. She spoke Cree and English to me. So, Mama called me too. I speak that to my great-grandsons. But anyway, she said, whatever happens to you, it happens on the outside. As long as they didn't get you here, they didn't get you here, or here, they can't see what you're thinking. Okay, I said, but I didn't know why. I said, okay. But I tried to remember, and that kept me going. So, I saw this little girl in a big dog cage, eating her meals there. Why was she put in there, I was asking. And I got slapped across the head. I said, then that I learned, you don't ask questions in front of the staff members. So next time I'll whisper to a girl. She said, because she doesn't eat right. She had no teeth, and she was slurping at her food. And I can go on and tell you, we used to line up with our hands together, march along to the dining room, march back to where we slept, to the dormitories. I was the smallest one there, and I'm still small, but I was the smallest one there. I had to fight for myself. And they let me go to school in the morning. Like this, one of the elders said here today, you put one finger up, you have to go pee. And two fingers up your head, go and have a poop. Measy. You know, measy. But anyway, so that wasn't a lot, so I learned to hold my bodily functions. Yes, you learned that. But I did make a mistake. I measured my pants. And I had to clean it up, hurry up and clean it up, walk around with bloomers. So I learned how to survive, you say. I'm scared, you know. I went to school morning. In the afternoon, they took me and told me I was to sleep. Try my best to sleep, cry. Cry, because I want to go home. I was 6 years old. I want to go home. So I was crying. And you get up, I got whacked, and you jump. That's the end of your crying. So you gotta cry quietly, and I can do it today. And the tears come. Lots of things I can do today now. I'll survive. And then I saw a girl that ran away from school. They treated her like a dog. They cut her hair off with scissors and part of her scalp and put her in this big dog cage. You could stand up in this cage and there were bales in there for her to sleep. And they gave her 2 dishes like a dog, one with dried bread and one with water. So I was so scared I'm never going to run away from school. I don't care how ugly it is or how I'm treated. I'm not going to run away, and I didn't. But my brothers did. They were 11 and 12 and they ran away all the way from Prince Albert to Pipikusi's Reserve. And that's their story, and I know it. But they went on in the spirit world. So, All Saints Indian Residential School, I'll leave that for now. But before I leave it, they baptized me Anglican. That I felt good about. But everybody else was being treated the same, and everybody was happy. Then I went home. My Kokoman Muslim looked after me. I went to day school a little bit, and it was good weather. But that's another story, because when I left Prince Albert, they told me, you're not going into grade 2. You're dumb, you didn't learn. So I couldn't go to grade 2. And then when I finished day school, I couldn't go to grade 2 and the teacher said, you missed too much school. How can I go to school every day 5 miles away? It's hard. I want to learn, even if it's about taking, spot, and pop, you know. That's a different world I was learning. But as Dad said, you learn the English language, my girl, because you're going to have to fight the white man with it. And I didn't know what he meant. So I tried to learn English language. And on I went. Now are you with me to Portage La Prairie, Indian Residential School, run by the United Church of Canada. There I had some good times too. I learned to sew. I learned to darn the boys' socks. And I learned to play the piano. I was chosen. But you know, if you make a mistake playing the piano, that little stick they have, oh, did I ever feel that on my knuckles? So I had to practice good. And I did. And the same thing at the school. Why not go to food to go and eat to the dormitory. And then we had time to play too. And one of the staff members could learn to read. So now we got smart as kids. We mixed up our language. We talked Cree, Soto, and Sioux. We talked Dakota today. So we mixed it up good. Now see if she can understand that. But she picked out a few words. So we tried to be a little bit smart. Well, Portage La Prairie, I was going on to be a young lady. I was 11 years old. And they were teaching us what changes that girls are going to have in life. Excuse me. was playing my piano really good. And I became a little woman. One day, I was raped. I was all alone. And I couldn't cry out. Who's gonna believe me? So, and this very episode, horrible, horrible. And I empathize with those who said they were sexually abused, was raped. And I have to remember the words, whatever happens to your body, that's only the covering. They didn't take what's in your mind. And they didn't take what's in your heart. You think good. How can you think good? I was dirty. I was dirty all my life. Wasn't good enough. But that's another story. So on I went after a few years at Port as a Prairie and run by the United Church of Canada. Where was the help? Where was the safety? Anyway, I went on to Bertel Indian Residential School. Oh yes, before I left Port of the Prairie, I was baptized. United Church. Ah, my goodness. I felt good there too. So on I went to Port of the Prairie. And that was the same kind of a school where you line up, go for your meals, and every one of those schools you had a number. You didn't have a name, they called you by number. But I knew I was given a name, and I hung on to my name. But off to Bertel I went. And I had some good times there, but I was being small, you know, to me wasn't good. But now I like being small because people like Cheryl here look after me real good. And on I went to Bertel. It was there I learned to play the piano a little bit more proficiently, as they'd say, pretty good. So I ended up playing for the church in school. And I took part in the random festivals. And I came third. Oh. And you know, after going through life, being abused, and there too, things happened to me. Today it's sexually abused by staff. I know the name. I know the names of all the ones that bothered me. And even kids abusing kids. That's my story. I just wanted to go on my little journey of the hurts and of the feelings I went through because I couldn't try to fight. I tried so hard to fight and I lost. And I became dirty and soiled for the rest of my life, so I thought. But I'm a strong belief in Christianity too. And the way I was brought up by Coca was so but I went on with life and left residential school. I cried, but I didn't want to go back anymore. And then finally, I was listened to. I wouldn't tell them why, because it was too dirty, and I was too ashamed, and I wasn't good enough. But I was so happy when I didn't have to go back, and I was placed in a foster home, and that's another story. And my life on is another story. This is just a little bit of residential school of the good times and the bad times. Good times of having friends from all over. And today, I thank people in the United Church for being there for me and strengthening me with the future and our belief that yes, I was there when they signed the Unity Accord with our way, our spiritual way with the Geshemanadu and the Bible, the United Church of Canada. I was there, and it brought more strength to me that yes, what I was taught is now recognized, that we are here on Mother Earth for the Creator, and that the Creator will only let you carry a load, and if it's too heavy, He'll help you along. All you have to do is ask. That's the Creator. And what you go through life, you're just being polished up. So I was being polished up for the spiritual world. And may God thank you all for listening to me and coming on my little journey of what I had to go through and where we are today in this world of trying to reconcile, but it's within each and every one of us of what we believe and will carry us through. May God thank you. I have.